Hello, Tracy. Time. How you guys doing tonight? Excuse me. I will readjust a little bit. See if we can't get me a little bit more centered on the screen. Welcome to another night of PNN News. I'm waiting to try to allow some people to show up. People are okay. There's Proud Patriot. Tracy, Time for Truth. Wow. Okay. So, as people can probably see, there is a title. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. Trying to get me on my laptop. Yeah, go ahead. Go to Twitch. If you guys are on it, go to Twitch. If you look below the live stream on a computer, you'll see a bunch of new stuff that just popped in. I've been kind of busy today, but okay. So there's quite a few topics that I'm going to cover tonight. So we're going to just jump right in. We're going to start hammering through some of the stuff. First of all, title on the top is "Be Their Spies," and there's a very good reason for it. DOJ just charged several Chinese nationals who are associated with the People's Liberation Army, which is the Chinese military. That were over here on workers' visas or student visas that were working in our major universities inside of our labs. When we talk about crazy stuff, and sorry about that. I have to move something real quick. That way my mic is a little bit more stable. So when we're talking about the craziness out there in the world and what's going on, how our intellectual property is being stolen, we literally have to go to the source. And when we go to the source, especially with the Chinese regime, that with Xi Jinping and some of the commanders, we really have to break down what their indoctrination is. How does that tie into why they want to come to the U.S. and get our technology and bring it back home? So, like I said, Epic Times and others have been reporting that there has been some major arrests in regards to Chinese nationals that are being charged with obstruction of justice, destruction of government property, destruction of evidence, lying on their visas, because the only way they can get into the country is by lying on their visas. We do not allow any active PLA members or the People's Liberation Army, especially the officers. We don't allow them to come into the country. They are actually banned from entering the country. So when we talk about that, and we really, they want to. The CCP does want to be the number one superpower in the world, but these folks come over here. They come in on university visas, go to work in our major universities. They recruit young people like our. Hold on one second. They recruit our young people and force them through coercion and so on and so forth. And the only reason I know this is, guys, I literally, hands on the Bible, did the exact same thing for the United States. Okay. So what I know the game plan. I know exactly how they do it. And I know the rule book and how we played. And if we were caught in foreign countries, we were executed. No ands, ifs, or buts about it. We were lined up against the wall and shot. There's no due process, nothing. It's just you get lined up and you get shot. You're done. So, in time, you're absolutely correct. I am not dissing against anybody. There's a lot of people that are civilians over in China. They mean no wrong. In fact, if you go over to mainland China, a lot of those people, for being as indoctrinated as they are, they would love to live in the United States and have the freedoms that we have. Okay. And even some of the military officers, you talk to them one-on-one with no bugs in the room, they would rather be here living under our government than what they experience over there. So when I say that we absolutely know for a fact the playbook that the Chinese are using, because we've literally done the exact same thing. I was talking to a friend of mine who is a researcher who literally has, like today, he was coming back from an assignment. I asked him, I said, can you talk about it? He said, well, let's just say we found the epicenter for the virus. I said, is it where people think it is? He said, yes, we double and triple confirmed it. He said, my assignment's over. I'm coming home and I'll never leave America again. So the reason I say I don't throw things out there. I don't talk about buildings blowing up unless I can factually substantiate it. And the fact that a friend of mine literally less than 24 hours ago was in the Wuhan lab leads me to believe that the videos that they say of are that other people, I mean, there's been several channels from Simon Parks to others that have said the Wuhan lab exploded. Trust me when I say it did not. It's still there. It's still functioning. It is underground. You have one little tiny building that is literally the size of my house. So the main portion of the facility is 1,600 square feet. I've been inside the Wuhan lab. The main building is only 1,600 square feet, and it's a squat building. You walk in, you have a nice little reception area. You go into the back, you get on an elevator, and then you go downstairs. It's not in a skyscraper. It's just this little short squat building. The reason they have really started to crank up and started to really research what's going on, why was this virus allowed to escape? right now, the Wuhan lab is a level 4 bioweapons capable facility. However, they run it as a level 1, which means there's very little security as to not attract attention. So I'm one of those people that I have experiences in certain areas, and I have friends that are experienced in other areas. We all kind of work together. We all get the same information from one another. We literally go around the table and we know what one person is going to talk about before he even opens his mouth. Correct. Chemical plant blew up. So I'm just I want to correct a lot of things that literally are being spread all over the internet. I know several instances of different disinformation, and I don't want to call out individual channels. I'm not going to do that, but I want to correct the record because it's important. Facts matter. Anybody who is going to go out and say that there's this big lab blew up and they show a video that literally was taken about 5.5 years ago. I kind of happen to know who took the video. So, I mean, guys, we have to really be careful. Everything that I'm talking about can be backed up. If you guys want me to, I can get you guys some blueprints. They're not classified, they're out there. I can get the blueprints for the Wuhan lab. Because the US military literally cannot develop weapons of mass destruction or biological weapons here in the United States. It's against the law. And if the military was to do something and it was to be discovered, whoever ordered that to happen would be immediately charged with treason. So what they do is they say, "Oh, I know you guys are really wanting to go down this road, so we're gonna fund you. We're gonna give you money under the table for virus research." And so they get this money for the virus research. And then you have the Bill Gates and the different foundations that say, "Now we gave you this money. We made sure that you got this money, so we need you to take a look at this stuff over here because I think this would be really fun. I think this would actually get our plan to depopulate the world going." All this stuff literally has been going on since the early 1930s. We've seen it, we've done it, we've been there. When anybody, and it truly bothers me when people that we trust to put their lives, and they put their lives on the line and they're fed and told that this is what you will do, and you will not talk about this. There are things that I will never discuss because of the clearances that I've had. You don't discuss it, you don't talk about it, you don't even think about it, because you do, you're dead. So we got that out of the way. I just really, not worth losing your job. Yeah. So the biggest thing, guys, be careful of the information. Be careful of where the sources that you're getting them from, because military people would never, let me repeat that, military members or people of internal importance would never give up that kind of information. That kind of information would never come out. So it's very important. We want to make sure that it's clear that we have to be very concise about the information that we put out. So people were asking me about the kids and what's being done about the human trafficking and the different things like that. So I'm going to pull up an Epoch Times piece because I do read the Epoch Times, unfortunately. Actually, I'm proud that I do, because I actually really like what they put out there. Pretty darn good. So let me pull that up real quick. Okay. Okay, so here's we talk about children being rescued. We're talking about human trafficking, child trafficking. We have to see when we talk about things. When we talk about things, we like to really put it into context. 34 people, or 34 arrested in child trafficking sting, and almost 300 children that were rescued. This is just part of the story. So they're ranging anywhere from 26 to 66. Most were male. You see, it says most. When I don't understand the way people think. First of all, I like the way the Phoenix police commander actually put it. It's like fishing. If you want to catch a predator, put a child out there, or somebody that looks like a child. And a lot of the children that they talk about, especially inside the United States, a lot of those children are between 13 and 17 years old. So, I mean, the real small children, those are noticed more. So what they do is they target the children who are orphans. They're targeting children that maybe ran away from home. So we really, when we go to Walmart, when we go to Kmart, I guess Kmart's really not around anymore, depending on what part of the country you're from. But when you go there, Sam's Club, Costco, you look at the sign as soon as you walk in the door, you face over to the restrooms, and there's a big old wall. And it's a National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. As you notice, a lot of those children are right around the 13, anywhere from 10 to, truthfully, it's anywhere from 10 to 17, but a lot of them are there. And most of them have disappeared, and they've been gone for quite a number of years. So, and guys, just so you know, Time for Truth is actually one of the guys that does do a lot of research for this channel as well. So, exclusively, I should say. But maybe one of these days when he decides, if he ever decides to put his face out here, well, we might have him on. But yeah, we go and we look at this, we look at different things. We talk about, okay, so the children, how many disappeared? According to the FBI database, if I remember the number right, time, you might double check my number, but if I remember right, there was over 1,200 children that went missing last year. Of that, 83% were recovered. That's a decent number. So if we're recovering 83% of the children that were abducted, and this is, much higher. Okay. Go ahead, shoot the number over time. Guys, I'm not perfect. I don't remember. Okay, 12,000. More than 12,000. But I'm not perfect, and I will correct myself if I'm wrong. So I apologize, but we really want to make sure that, if you really want to see what these people look like, here, let's blow this up a little bit. Yeah, good. Yeah, there we go. I don't know how well you guys can see that, if you can see it hardly at all, but we're looking at the faces of pure evil. I mean, you see men in there, you see women in there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Talking about the United States alone. What's the number for the United States? Okay, so in the well. Okay, so we're gonna I'm gonna Jason's hunting that down. Russia was 45. Time, is that number right worldwide? Or is that just Ever truth, me too. Yeah. It's disgusting. So I'm seeing, oh wow, everybody's on Twitch tonight. I don't have a single person coming in from YouTube. Just kind of weird. Okay. So we're actually gonna pull this up, guys, because I think it's important. Can you email that to me, Time? Just send it to me so I can pull it up on the screen. As soon as he gets me that link to my email, guys, I will pull it up on the screen so we can actually take a look at it all together. So we're just, our focus is 100%. And I do want to thank you guys. I have been paying attention to the numbers and the shares and stuff like that that's been coming in through not only Twitch but the podcast. If you guys did not know that I have a podcast, I have started uploading the video episodes for the live streams in it, and the link and everything on Twitch will be in the profile. It's not there yet, but it will be tonight. And then you can go to the website and re-listen to any of the streams that we've done in the past. After it fills up, then it'll start dropping off, but they will still be stored over on the actual podcast platform as well. So definitely share those, get the information out. I get better every day. Well, some days I just feel like I'm stuttering along. So we're going to take it for a win. But okay. So okay. I'm going to pull up give me a second, guys. I'm going to pull that up real quick, and then we will. Okay, so thank you, Time. There's your statistic. In the United States, there are an estimated 460,000 children every year that go missing. I mean, guys, I don't know how many people fly. I don't know how many people ride on the commuter rails, ride buses, whatever. I don't know how many people truly do, but there is a way to stop this. And once I moved to South Dakota from Minnesota, where I was living at before, I actually had the privilege of working for the airline industry. And we were taught how to really identify the missing and exploited children. We were taught how to identify people who were trafficking. So people ask me, well, Shane, how can you identify somebody? How can you tell? Well, have you ever been into a grocery store and it's a man and a younger woman who literally won't meet your eyes no matter how much you try? Have you ever met somebody on the side of the road who's walking with somebody that's quite a bit older than them and has a firm grip on them, on their hand, other parts of their body that may, if it was you, it'd probably be a little uncomfortable? These are all indicating signs that somebody could be potentially in danger. And trying to build a rapport and talking to them, letting them know that, hey, if there's something wrong, I mean, you have to be careful because if the if the person who is with them catches on in any way, shape, or form, they could be in danger. So, I mean, we really, I look at a lot of things like that, and I'm like, we, I'm gonna talk about the lady that there was a waitress who was working in a diner in Michigan. She seen a kid that looked a little scared for being out to eat with his family. So she just her his father got up to go use a bathroom and she slipped him a note. Do you need help? All he did was shook his head yes. She didn't say a word. She walked back into the kitchen and called the police. Police came and found out that that kid had been beaten and he was malnourished to the point where they didn't know if he was going to make it. Thank God, thank goodness, she caught it. The kid is alive. I bring up old news stories, and I know, and I will bring them up, and I'm just telling you this because I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I will bring up old stories to talk about stuff that we're talking about today. Missing and exploited children are no joke. We dealt with it in the military. We dealt with it in the other agencies that I've worked with, and we never had a problem with detecting people. What we had a problem with is actually getting in between to figure out for sure that they were actually in danger. And with a lot of these kids, even if they are in danger, they'll shake their head no, because they know if they don't, they know they're done. So engagement is key. Anytime you see somebody who looks fearful, I don't care if you're walking down the side of the street, instead of just turning a blind eye, approach them. Hey, how's your day going? I know in some parts of the country that's not socially acceptable. But why? Why is that stigma gone? Because we teach our kids to not talk to strangers? Well, what if the kids have been in with strangers the entire time? And that's all they've known is that this stranger, this person who's biologically not even their family, has them, and that's all I've known. Good point, Winks. I'm glad you brought that up. Look at that gentleman that lived in Ohio. All of his neighbors didn't realize he had children in his basement. I mean, full-grown adults who had not seen the light of day in, what was it, 13 years? I mean, even his own children didn't even know that this guy was keeping people down there. That's how sick and twisted these people are. You have to be careful. Yeah, pedos will go after kids, and they're very convincing. One one of the school districts around where I'm at, I was called to actually go do some work in their home, and it was a principal of the school, and she kind of knows my background, so she knows who I am and what I've done, and she asked me if there was ever a time where I would actually go in and talk to the teachers about child abuse and child neglect and human trafficking. And this is something that I'm passionate about. Because there are a lot of sickos out there, and they don't drive around in white panel vans abducting children. Okay, they drive Honda Civics, they drive Honda Odysseys, they drive Chevy trucks, they drive Dodge Caravans. They drive all shapes and sizes of vehicles. There's absolutely no way to tell driving down the road who is a predator and who is not. There's absolutely zero way to tell if you're walking in Walmart buying groceries, if the guy that just passed you by, if he's not a sex offender in some way, shape, or form. So, I mean, again, pay attention. Keep your eyes open. When we're least expecting it, things happen. Case in point, my kids, my wife was asleep, I was at work. My kids woke up and they decided to go play in the street. We got a visit by the authorities. They came in and they knocked on the door. My wife answered. And they're like, why weren't you keeping an eye on your kids? Your kids could have disappeared. Your kids could have been hit by a car. And my wife is like, I took a nap when they laid down. They got up and they went out the. So yes, we had to be vigilant. And I know there's going to be some mothers, there's going to be some fathers, there's going to be grandparents on here. There's going people are going to see this, and they're going to talk about it because it is important. We absolutely must, if we have the capability and we have a microphone, if we have the ability to talk to the schools, if we have the ability to talk to government, if we have the ability to get this message out, that we have to start protecting our kids. Not only in our own homes, not only in the public square, but in our schools, everywhere, because they're not safe. These these computers are a big part of the problem. Well, guys, I can say this is an idiot box. It is an awesome piece of technology with unlimited potential, but it's absolutely an idiot box. These are leading more kids down dangerous paths than anything else. My kids personally will not have a cell phone until they are able to drive. My kids will not have access to that stuff until they buy their own cell phone. And yeah, my wife might yell at me for saying that, but I absolutely do not believe that children whose minds aren't even developed yet who literally don't have a clue about how the world works. They have no business with an idiot box like this. So we really go through, and I've went 41 minutes without really taking a break and without really reading the comments. So I'm gonna take a drink real quick, read through some of your comments, and let you guys ask some questions, and then we'll dive into the next subject. Any questions that you guys have so far? I know I've been rambling on really fast and furious, but ask away. Okay. 5 minutes on how to. You know what? I might take you up on that challenge. Questions, anybody? Any questions? If not, I'm going to work there. Okay, something just came across the. Oh, good point. I'm glad you brought that up. I seen that come across the wire, and I know everybody's probably heard about this plane in Colorado that I think it was UA flight 338 that had to make an emergency landing in Denver, Colorado, because the engine cowling came off and the engine flamed out and then caught fire. American Airlines. I'm gonna double check that real quick because I was literally told that it was a UA flight. So, yep, it was a UA flight. It was a Boeing 777 that had 241 people on board, a 270. So, I mean, it was pretty. I mean, you look at the pictures and the engine cowling started to come apart. So, I'm going to just pull that up real quick. Okay. So, yeah. And so, yeah. I'm. So yeah, it was 777 that literally the engine cowling and all sorts of stuff were dropping out of the sky. The, if anybody's seen the pictures, it actually landed in somebody's front yard. So yeah, it was definitely an interesting just to see this. I mean, okay. Yeah. Time. Where you at, buddy? Yeah, but I mean, guys, there's some pretty wicked. I don't know. Can you guys hear that at all? Okay, yeah. They they literally came in for landing on that one. So yeah, it's I think a few people were crapping their drawers. Eh, as I would. I mean, how many people would really like to be taken off, get in the air, and then look out the window and see that the engine's on fire? Somebody actually did shoot a video while they were sitting on the airplane, and you can see the engine itself flaming out, burning up. I think I would be a little bit more upset because I'd be cleaning out my underwear afterwards. Okay, a little bit of humor. We can thank God that all 241 passengers plus those 8 to 10 crew people that it took to get that plane off the ground and get it back on the ground. We're thankful that they're all safe. I'm glad to see that nobody was injured from the debris. I mean, we couldn't have asked for a better ending. So what else? Oh, Trump at Cpac. Yes, he is going to be headlining one of the days at Cpac, and it should be a really good convention. Unfortunately, we are not going to be able to make it there this year. Was not able to get in touch and get all the credentials put in place for us to have a press pass there. So we are going to do everything we can next year to make sure that we're credentialed and able to actually be there in person. So Monday we hear about Trump's court cases. Yep, we should be hearing Monday by 9:30 a.m. Hopefully we will hear in time for the Monday morning podcast. And all the podcast on in the morning will be audio only. They will not be video, they'll be audio. And I am working on making it a call-in show so you guys can actually call in, ask questions. We can discuss the news. People could call in and say, "Hey Shane, I think you're absolutely nuts." That's besides the point. We are going to be working in conjunction with iHeartRadio and several other broadcasters, along with soon to have a 3-hour radio broadcast contract as well. So things are looking up, guys. I don't have a big platform here, but I know people that are trying their hardest to get us up and running. So, yep, weekly guest. Once you have a platform, 3-hour broadcast contract, people like to come and talk. People that may not have a whole lot of other options because they're blacklisted, like Sidney Powell. She's been blacklisted by the mainstream media. But again, she is one of those people who, if you don't have 10,000 plus followers on YouTube or Rumble or these other video platforms, if you don't have the following, she's not gonna put it out there. What do we know about the court cases so far? Well, they've literally been they had to be tossed from one court to the next because supposed lack of jurisdiction, or they've denied it on technical reasons. Since the State Bar of Georgia has went after Len Wood, and what they're trying to do is they're trying to actually suspend his law license so he cannot represent that case in the Supreme Court. You wouldn't recognize him even if he slapped you in the face. I promise you. They're the wonders of modern plastic surgery anymore. I don't know, guys. I'm gonna. You guys can comment all you want about how good looking he was. I don't know. I'm a little young. I really couldn't tell you. I know a lot of ladies liked him, so I'm just gonna leave it there. Any questions from you guys? We are coming up to 1 hour. We have 7 minutes, and we will have been live for 1 hour. Did I watch what movie? No, I actually have not watched that movie. I promise you, I know you, I keep telling you this. I will watch that. Okay. And then we'll have a discussion about it. So, anything else? Yeah, tomorrow is my day off. I'm going to spend it with my family. I'm going to regroup, get everything in order so we can hit the ground running on Monday morning, 10 o'clock East or Central Standard Time. We're going to drop a podcast, 1 hour long. And then at 10 or at 8 p.m. Central, we'll do a regular scheduled live. So okay. Oh, we are starting to pick up viewers. It's been pretty quiet. Yeah, but a lot of the stuff that happens in secret, and it's kept that way for a reason. Parlor's back up. If you guys want, you guys know what I look like. Find me on Parlor. I will have a company profile on Parlor very shortly. We'll have one set up. So, again, Winks, have you looked at the below your screen there on your computer? You notice anything different? Some people were asking, and I'm working to get the actual store up and running on the website itself. But if you guys, after an hour, this live stream that we're on right now will be live on the website. So anybody that can't get to it, send them there. They can download it and go from there. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna just pull it up real quick. I know you guys. I'm gonna just pull it up real quick. I know you guys. Yeah, I don't like to hear myself talk. So we're gonna we're gonna just do this. Oh, you have me full screen. Well, yeah, under the about section of the official Patriot News Twitch, you can actually see the countdown to the next live stream, and it's not on YouTube. I'm just trying to figure out how to get it done. I think they keep telling me that I have to have 10,000 subscribers. So, yeah, on the Twitch stream, you can actually get it. So, yeah, we got some shirts, we got some cups, we got a little bit of everything. Where okay, there we go. Yeah, so we got some hooded sweatshirts. Oh, if you really want to see what it looks on the back, I'm getting the back fixed, but yeah, we'll have to get some of the backs fixed. But it's a work in progress, guys, and I promise you, I am working my tail end off. So yeah, that's the backside of the one shirt, and then you have the front side, and everybody knows they the company says that the turnaround time they will ship within 5 business days. So they say anywhere from 7 to 10 business days before you receive your shirts. Yep. So you can go to the website itself at patriotnewsnetwork.us. Scroll about partway down the screen, you'll see the live streams, or you'll see the actual podcasts that are populating there. Sorry, I don't like breaking cameras. I'm actually kind of surprised my webcam hasn't broke yet. So the store is coming. It's going to be patriotnewsnetwork.store. So I am in the process of building that right now. So as soon as that's done being built, you guys will know. You guys will know. So I'll put that in I will put that in right now. Okay, so this is going to be the link that you're looking at. Okay, we'll get rid of this. So the link you're looking at somewhere on your screen down here or up there, wherever if you're on YouTube, Twitch, wherever you're going to see this, that is a link to the store. It is being built. So bigger and better things are coming. And I do appreciate the support you guys have been giving me. We're building out as quickly as we can. We're not 100% perfect. We're not always punctual, but we do our best. So, okay. We are, so every Monday through Saturday, we have a podcast that drops at 10 a.m. Central Time. And then in the evening, it's at 8 p.m. Central. Yes, that is correct. 11 Eastern or 9 Eastern for the evening. So I want to try to, for me, I want to make sure that I'm not getting too late for you guys, especially the people that follow on the East Coast. I know I could go until after 1 for the people that live in Hawaii or Alaska. So I'm trying to be considerate of everybody. I know in Alaska it's something crazy like 3 p.m. So kind of wish we were there, right? But are you guys liking the way that we run things so far? Yes, no, comments. Okay. Yeah, it was going, that's correct. It was going to Honolulu. Um, yeah, I'm just scrolling through. Any final questions that you guys might have before we wrap this up for the evening? I am going to try to keep it as close to an hour long as possible. I'm trying not to go over. Of course, after we get this done, I will go and try to condense it down even further. So, well, if you do remember, we can always come back. When will you get to see me in a white hat? Probably never. You got to see me in a white shirt. I hope that's good enough for you. If that's, I mean, if so, guys, if there's really no more questions for the night, we're going to wrap this thing up. Like I said, if you have a mic, use it. If you have a pen, use it. Get your voice heard. The silent majority is no longer silent. God bless y'all. God bless America. And good night.